Welcome back to the channel. In today's episode I'll be continuing work on our BMW X6 timing chain replacement and rebuild. We'll use our new quick jacks to lift the vehicle and get underneath, where we'll remove the stiffening plate, transmission cover, exhaust, heat shielding, and decouple the drive shaft. So stick with us and let's get on with the action. Alright, car's in the air. So let's see what we got going on under here. So we got for the diff, or so for the transfer case, we got 2 bolts here, another one here, here, and here. That's 6. This is looking bad. We gotta take our transmission cover off, our stiffening plate. Get all that oil, huh? Whew. Do we need to take? Let's see how the exhaust goes. Ooh, that is bad. I don't know how that's gonna come off. Ooh, dog. That's bad. But with a V-band clamp, that makes it a little easier. Ish. Alright. I think I do have to take off the exhaust. Here we have the stiffening plate and the transmission cover, along with the exhaust connections to the downpipes from the turbine housings. Unfortunately, the heat shielding doesn't have a window notched into it to access the driveshaft coupling, so we'll have to remove that as well, which takes an immense amount of fastener and nut removal, as you'll see. So without further ado, let's get to it. There's oil everywhere. Oof. She's seeping. Alright, next we're going to do the transmission. It's not as intense. Get the smaller impact for that. Alright, so we've been steadily working away at this exhaust. So, here we are, back here on the back can. So, what we've done is we've got it down to these two and these two bolts, which is holding on the back muffler. If you can see those two red mounts there, basically there's a bracket, and above the bracket is a screw. We had to use a knuckle to get up in there. It was pretty high in there. Probably for reassembly it's going to be a bit difficult. I might have to actually take these off, mount the mounts first, but that's neither here nor there. Then there were two brackets I showed earlier on the transfer case and transmission. Those are disconnected, and I've got the front clamp disconnected. So, with all hopes, we'll lower this muffler down, the 4 screws. It'll sit right here on the bumper, and then I'll go back up to the front and pull the tubes down, allowing the bumper to support the weight, and then I can pull it. I can come back here and kind of aid the muffler down and hoist the whole system down, and then drag it out, and that should be it. So we're gonna get to work and give it a shot. We got a broken ground here. You can see the ground cable's broken and severed. So that isn't so bad. What's worse is we have a severed ground from the transfer case. So anytime you have bad grounds, it can cause some electronic noise. We've been having some intermittent weird stuff, so I'm going to replace all those grounds. Anyway. So we finally got the exhaust down. So I didn't get it on video, but what we did is we got the motorcycle stand under the exhaust in the back. So you can see here, and I had to, because of the height difference, the max stroke of the motorcycle stand and the exhaust, even at low position on the quick jacks, I needed a 4x4. So anyway, I popped the 4x4 in there to hold up the exhaust. Got the engine, or the motorcycle stand lifted, legs lifted all the way up so that we're on the wheels. That allowed me to then support the muffler, and then I was able, with the muffler supported and on wheels, then I was able to basically drop the 2 tubes up in the front there. So that was a good success. We got the exhaust down. Now I can continue to drop the heat shields and get moving on the drive linkage. So got the exhaust out. Had to take the rear bumper cover, well, almost all the way off. I didn't have to, just enough to sway it out, but yeah, you have to take all the hardware off. So it's pretty much off, but anyway, not enough for it to fall off, because I had to kind of finagle the exhaust out. So anyway, here it is. Exhaust is out of the car. So it's a big piece, it's all one. There is no sectional construction on this one. This is all one piece. Big, massive piece. So now I gotta find somewhere to store it. So that'll be that. So yeah, we'll keep moving on this. I gotta get back underneath and pull off the heat shields close to the transmission so I can decouple the transmission from the rear drive shaft. Just got to keep rolling. Now that I've removed the 3 bolts of the drive shaft coupling, I'm placing a mark across the transfer case and drive shaft coupling flanges before disassembly, so I'll be able to realign them when I reinstall them during reassembly. As I hang up this drive shaft, that'll do it for this episode. We've removed our exhaust and decoupled the drive shaft, so now it's time to move to the front of the vehicle, where I have to disconnect the remaining connections in order to free up the powertrain for removal. In the next episode, I'll be removing the front wheel arch covers to access the dynamic drive hydraulic lines, as well as disconnecting the many sensors for the suspension, and continuing on decoupling the steering linkage, ECU harness, power steering, and coolant reservoirs, and any other small connections between the vehicle and powertrain in preparation for powertrain removal. So, stay tuned, and we'll see you next time.